Should you buy real estate in Nashville in 2026? Hi, I'm Monica. I'm a Nashville real estate agent. I've been working in Middle Tennessee for the last 8 years and coaching agents across the country for the last 6. And I've got the answer for you. Okay, so my answer to this question is actually the same answer I've been giving buyers for the last 8 years, regardless of what's happening in the news, in the economy, or in the world all around us. The question is never, is the market perfect? Or how's the market? The question is whether buying makes sense for you. And I'm going to tell you exactly how to. Okay, so 3 questions that you need to answer honestly to know if buying is good for you right now. The first, can you manage the monthly payment without it being a strain? And listen, the only way you're actually going to know this is if you talk to a lender. Those online calculators are bullshit, no matter what anybody else tells you. You have to talk to a lender in order to get a full picture of what's actually going on with your personal situation, with the market, and then with various home prices so you understand what the monthly payment will look like. So once you know the monthly payment that you might be looking towards, does it work for you? If so, great. Move on to number 2. Second question, are you planning to stay for 5 to 10 years? Yeah, I know. It's a really long time, and it's hard for a lot of us to think about committing to something for that long. But frankly, if there's a chance you're going to move in the next 2 to 3 years, you're going to end up in the same situation that sellers in Nashville are in right now. And we're going to talk about that in a few minutes. So as far as you can tell, and of course life can change, do you plan to stay in this home for 5 to 10 years? If so, move on to number 3. So number 3, is your income stable? And again, I know we're going to talk about uncertainty in a minute. And I know that a lot of times life can feel very uncertain, but you should have a good idea if your income is stable, if your partner that you might be buying a house with, if their income is stable. And if so, if all 3 of those things are true, then you're really in a good position to consider buying a house. The perfect time to buy might be a lot closer than you think. Maybe not your dream house, especially if you're a first-time home buyer, but the right house for right now. If any of those are shaky, and I mean any of them, if the payment would be a struggle, if you might want to move in 2 to 3 years, if the homes available at your price point literally don't fit your family, as in you have 5 kids and 2 ginormous dogs, and the only thing you can afford to buy is a townhome, to each his own, but a lot of you probably aren't going to want that. If any of those don't fit for you, then it's probably time to wait. And most agents don't want to tell you that because we want our market to be booming. But the fact is, I don't want you sending a mortgage payment to the bank every month and cursing my name. So think very seriously, not about what the wider world is doing, not about interest rates, not even about home prices on a large scale. Think about your unique situation and what's good for you and your family right now. I know what some of you are thinking, but Monica, what about the war? What about the economy? What about all these things that are happening? And I want to address it directly because I think actually a lot of what's happening right now is more subtle than people realize. Most of the clients I'm working with are not actually bringing up the war directly. They're not saying, oh, we're doing all this stuff halfway across the world and therefore I cannot buy a house. It's not that correlative. But what we are feeling is years of uncertainty now. It's been years of unprecedented this and unprecedented that and new things to worry about and new threats and blah, 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 blah. We're in uncertain times. But the fact is the world has always been uncertain. And even when we felt that it wasn't, it really was. And we were just fooling ourselves or something. So the truth is, the market is going to continue to grow regardless of what the rest of the world is doing. Listen, interest rates are going to go up and down no matter what else is going on. And prices are likely going to go up. Maybe stabilize, but likely go up over the long haul. And if you are trying to wait for the world to get stable, to get into the real estate market, you'll be waiting for a very long time and you'll never get there. And the market's going to keep moving without you. So let's bring this home because I think this is where this gets really important. The uncertainty is creating a very specific false belief in buyers right now. And it's causing people to miss homes that they actually want and would actually be a great fit for them. So let me show you how this is working in Nashville. So there are a lot of headlines. And if you are interested in the market, you've been paying attention, you're seeing long days on market. You're seeing high inventory and you're seeing long days on market. And if you're a buyer, you're thinking, oh, I'm about to get a really good deal. But listen, the best homes in Middle Tennessee right now are going at, if they're priced right, they're going quickly. So the best homes at the right price are going immediately, sometimes in the exact same day. So buyers might see it pop up on Zillow or whatever their favorite tracker is, and they think, oh, well, we'll wait and see what happens with that one. And then boom, it's gone. It was already a great house at a great price, and they missed it because they're watching the wrong metric. Listen, this is what is sitting: flawed homes and overpriced homes. So some sellers are being really stubborn about their price. Some, though, are genuinely stuck because of their equity situation. Remember, I told you about buying and then moving in 2 to 3 years. That's what a lot of sellers are facing right now. And their equity is such that they cannot lower their price and they cannot offer buyer concessions. So they're just sitting. And then there are homes that have some serious flaws, but the sellers don't have enough cash flow to fix them and make them a desirable home at the right price point. So yes, inventory is growing, but it's bloated inventory. It's not inventory of homes that are actually desirable. And the data backs this up, by the way. New listings in Middle Tennessee in March were down. So overall inventory is growing, but fewer fresh homes are coming on the market. Like I said, the bloat is old and stale. It's not new opportunity. Listen, the buyers winning right now recognize that they have to be well prepared and they have to be ready to jump on any great looking, well-priced home. If they move on it fast, they're going to be the ones who win it. They're not waiting for a deal, but they are recognizing value and moving quickly. Here's what I want you to walk away with. If the payment is manageable, if your life is stable, and if you know you're ready to settle down and plant some roots, there's a home in this market that probably fits your family right now or will be on the market in the next couple of weeks. The perfect moment is probably closer than you think. So stop waiting for the inventory to work in your favor because it's probably not going to, at least not in the way you think it will. Homes worth buying are going really fast. If you want to talk through your specific situation, I'm here. Just click the link below. And if this was useful, share it with someone who's been going back and forth themselves. The market doesn't wait for this conversation to be over.